Today we move from 24 to 25, and this is a great psalm. It's a little bit longer. It's 22 verses, and wow, if you're confused, if you feel a little lost, if you need guidance and direction or instruction, if you feel a little perplexed by decisions that you're facing, if you feel a little bit overcome by trials or by enemies or by hardship, there's a place here, Psalm 25, to truly park your heart, park your emotions, and it's easy. This is not a difficult psalm to own and to make your own. Okay, so it's a Psalm of David, and David's lifetime there was never a shortage of enemies. Okay, so this is a psalm that's somewhat sober. It is David in really personal reflection in light of the enemies that oppress him or threaten him. And he's really, again, in deep consternation and personal meditation, asking God for guidance. He's asking God for direction. He's asking God to teach him how to navigate where he is in life. And I don't know about you, but I really identify with that. I, for the last 9 years, have been a senior pastor of a church that is now very healthy and a school that is very healthy. But I'll tell you, it's every bit of a 9-year journey to see our ministries come to health and to see God bring these ministries to a flourishing place. And including today, every step of the journey, I truly have felt like I didn't really know what I was doing except for following the Lord. And I know the principles of His Word, so I know that I want to apply the principles of His Word every day. But I mean, when you're up against big challenges, like you need a $600,000 roof on the school, like we do right now, I mean, that's just kind of a crippling thing, and you don't know what to do with that enemy. Like, that's an overarching enemy. And you're going, okay, Lord, teach me, guide me. We need you. God, this is your school. These are your students. These are your families. So you provide, you make a way. And so the roof happens to be the one we're working on right now and praying towards. But 9 years, I've prayed that prayer in thousands of ways. God, what's your next step? What's your next move? Where are we going next? How do I follow you next? What do I do next? It's been literally 9 years of waking up every day, looking at all the potential pitfalls and enemies of the ministry and all the fragility and other ways that mankind can mess up something like a healthy church or healthy Christian school, and saying, okay, Lord, what's your next step? What's the next right thing for me to do as a pastor or a leader? So, no, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know a God who does. And I love to hold on to His hand, declare myself completely insufficient and weak, throw myself into Him, and follow Him. And I found Him to be very reliable. So I really I just love this psalm. I personally resonate with this psalm probably more than many others that we've read, although all of them on some level instruct me and teach me, and you as well. So with the time remaining, what I want to do is I want to just read Psalm 25, okay? Psalm of David. So open your Bible with me or your app and track along with me as I read. Unto thee, O Lord, do I lift up my soul. O my God, I trust in thee. Let me not be ashamed. Let not mine enemies triumph over me. Yea, let none that wait on thee be ashamed. Let them be ashamed which transgress without cause. Show me thy ways, O Lord. Teach me thy paths. Lead me in thy truth, and teach me, for thou art the God of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. Remember not the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions. According to thy mercy, remember thou me, for thy goodness' sake, O Lord. Good and upright is the Lord. Therefore will he teach sinners in the way. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth unto such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For thy name's sake, O Lord, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. What man is he that feareth the Lord? Him shall he teach in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease, and his seed shall inherit the earth. The secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. Mine eyes are ever toward the Lord, for he shall pluck my feet out of the net. Turn thee unto me, and have mercy upon me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. O bring thou me out of my distresses. Look upon mine affliction and my pain, and forgive all my sins. Consider mine enemies, for they are many, and they hate me with cruel hatred. O keep my soul, and deliver me. Let me not be ashamed, for I put my trust in thee. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait on thee. Redeem Israel, O God, out of all his troubles. Man, that's a great psalm. So much ahead, so much for us to talk about and look to. One thing I wanted to share with you as we wrap up. You have to picture a poet like David, alone with a scroll, maybe a quill, some ink. And you have to picture him deliberating over every phrase, like a songwriter would write every word and every phrase so deliberately. Or like a poet would be looking for that next rhyme. And by the way, this psalm is a Hebrew acrostic through the Hebrew alphabet, almost all of it. So he's working through this acrostic, and he's choosing deliberately every phrase. And I want you to feel, as you're thinking through this psalm with me, let's feel the thought process behind it with a man that's alone with God, as God leads his thoughts and inspires, frankly, his thoughts to think about the next phrase and how that leads to the next phrase, because they all connect. One leads to the next, which leads to the next. And it's a string of thoughts, as so many psalms are. They're one thought that creates another, that leads to this conclusion, that leads to that thought, that leads to that one. And they take us on a journey. And as we study the Psalms together, we're not just discovering God and his heart. We're not just processing human emotions and experiences and how to understand them in the light of who God is, but we are also learning how to think. We're learning how to think biblically and with truthful sequence to our thoughts. And that is so vital in a day where there's so much attention, there's so much grabbing for our attention, so much vying for our thoughts, and there's so much shaping our thoughts for us. The world, the news stream, the social media stream, the secular media, they want to string together your thoughts for you. But when you look at a psalm like this, you really do learn how to think. You learn how one truthful thought leads to the next truthful thought, which leads to the next truthful thought, which leads to a life that is understanding and living out and is built up on a foundation of truth. And so may God help us to learn the thought process behind this psalm as much as the truth of it as we go through it. So happy Wednesday, my friends. We'll pick it up tomorrow as we proceed into Psalm 25. Have a great day.